So this is the charter, a new church plant by Parkhead Nazarene in the east end of Glasgow, and I guess the main identifiable feature is the building, which is an old Glasgow pub, and recently, in the past 10 years or so, it had a really bad reputation. There was drug dealing here, there was prostitution, arms sales, as well as the fact that every night there was violence, and the community were just terrified of this space. And when we were identifying what kind of ministry would be suitable here in a missional, incarnational context, the prospect of redeeming such a space with such a bad reputation was just too hard to resist. So we purchased this old pub, and what we're trying to do is to provide a space in an authentic way, to provide a space where we can do life in a contextual and authentic way, and also do church ultimately. So this is a proper church plant, but as you can see, there's cafe on just now, and we're meeting people where they are in their community and in their life. I guess people next door don't actually know they're being ministered to at the moment. They're just coming in, having a chat, having a cup of coffee. And we've got lots of testimonies of people who've walked in these doors. We've only been open for 5 months, and already there are tremendous testimonies. Even just 2 days ago, on a Sunday morning, I was talking to a guy who had never been in a church in his entire life. Now this guy's 50 years old, never been in a church in his life. Now we're a pub here, well, we're a church. We're the only church in the area. And for me, that's just amazing provision, and the fact that that's a testimony that we are definitely following God's plan for the gospel in Tollcross. I can give you lots of examples. Another example was, I think in our first week of opening, a lady walked in and asked if we were doing an Alpha course. Now we had talked about doing an Alpha course, but thought, let's not do it week 1, let's wait 6 months, let's introduce ourselves to the community first, and then start to get really serious about introducing them to the gospel. Week 1, a lady came in and said, are you doing an Alpha course? And we said, where did you get that from? And she said, I was in a charity shop and I picked up this book by, what's the name of the guy that did the Alpha course? Nicky Gumbel, sorry. I mean, that's amazing. That's a real God moment. So I'm not full-time ministry. I'm an architect. I'm a businessman, and I'm in the hotels. And I was asked as an entrepreneur in business to go and do this Forge course, to bring back to the church some of the skills and to educate me in the terminology and theology of church planting. The Forge Pioneer course didn't just equip me with knowledge and expertise in church planting. For me, actually, that year was the most significant spiritual experience of my life. Actually discipling myself, preparing my heart, challenging myself on a whole raft of things in my life. So actually, if you're going to go into church planting, doing something like that, doing something like the Forge Pioneer course, is a great way to prepare your heart and your life before you go into ministry, especially someone like me who's never done proper ministry before. In addition to that, Forge has given me a support network, and actually our whole team a support network, even the ones who didn't do the Forge course. So we all participate in the Forge community of practice, we all participate in the Forge support network, and that's been a really good tool for me to introduce the team. In fact, the first team building exercise we did was at Forge community of practice. So in so many different ways, Forge has supported us through this early stage. So the charter is a really exciting ministry, but at the end of the day, this is a relatively small building and there's only so far this can grow. So for me, actually, part of the plan is to look at other church planting opportunities, and part of our strategy is to actually plant lots of smaller things, not just churches, expressions, churches. So my focus now is to actually look at other church plants. So at the moment, my main focus is with a brand new group of people, and to leave the charter folk to develop their ministry. Are you going to leave in my wee forgetting Nicky Gumbel? You know him. I've seen a picture of you with him. Show it to him. Who's that guy?